Hi guys, Arvind here to do my eighth experiment in Unix lab, and this experiment deals with process creation. So the three parts in this experiment. And the first experiment. So starting off, we start give the required header files in the main function. In this program, we create a parent process and a child process, and this is the parent process part and this is child process part. And first we define the variables and the data types, and this is the parent process, and we get the ID of the parent process using the getPID function, and we enter the seconds here and take in seconds, and use this in PID equal to fork off is to create the child process, and if the PID is equal to 0, the child process is created, and hence we get the child process ID using the get PID and print the parent PID. And if the child process is not created, this will be -1, and here we get the hours, minutes, and seconds from the user. We calculate the hours, minutes, and seconds, and we get it from the user. And if this goes to -1, it will not execute this if part, and will straight away go to the else part. And this happens if the child process is created, and if that is created, only the PID is equal to 0. So I'll go to output of this program.
എന്നിട്ട് ഫോട്ടോ അയച്ചു കൊടുത്താൽ റെക്കോർഡ് വർക്കാൻ
Enter seconds. They ask us to enter the seconds. So this is the parent process ID which we got here, and they ask us to enter seconds. And this is the parent process ID and the child process ID and parent process ID. And after each 5 seconds, there's a gap, and that's shown here. So I'll go into the next code. So this is the second experiment, second part of the experiment, and here this is again same. We create a parent process, and we created two child processes. And first we create the parent process and get the process ID by using the get PID function. And this process, we ask the user to enter a string and get a string from the user, and we calculate the string length using the string length inbuilt function, and using the fork we create the child process, and if the child process only created if the process ID is equal to 0, and we get the child process ID and the parent process ID using the get PID function. And the string we enter, we can be that string can be reversed using the reverse function, and this is for loop user. And in this the second process, child process, we ask the string we enter, that can be checked if it's a palindrome or what. And if the child process are not created, the it'll go into the else part and sleep. So the output for this program is so they ask us to enter a string. So I give Arvind. The string length is 7, and child process and the parent process is given here, and the reverse of the string they are given. And in our case, Arvind is not a palindrome, and this is the second part of the experiment. And okay, this is the third part of the eighth experiment, and this we create a parent process and many child process. And starting off, we include the system called header files, and in this we have created many parent process and many child process. So we get the parent process ID using the get PID, and we create a child process, and if the child process created, only the process ID is equal to 0. So we ask the user to enter integer, and this child process used to use a function to calculate the factorial. And the second part is used to generate the Fibonacci series. And the third part, and if these two are not working. This is going to the else part, and the process the process will not be created. So I'll go to output of this code. So they ask us to enter the integer, so I'll enter an integer name 5, and they say process be created, and the factorial of 5 is 120, and this is the Fibonacci series, and they shown the parent ID and the child ID of each of the processes. And thank you. This is the video.